Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Hi guys, and welcome to the first ever episode of Unjaded. I am your host, Ardakani, and so today is just going to be an introductory episode. I'm just going to tell you guys who I am, why I decided to start this podcast, and yeah, let's get to it. So if you don't know me, my name is Ardakani. I'm a second year medical student here in Lebanon, and I'm 22 years old. I'm turning 23 next month. I'm recording this in March of 2022, and so I'm just gonna tell you today how I got here, why I started this. So yeah, let's get started. Basically, I've been a fan of social media for a long time. I've seen like the power that it has and how it became a huge business, and now there are people who are just creators and that's their full-time job. And so like growing up grade 8, 9, I saw when I was watching these YouTubers and these people blowing up from that time, it was really interesting to me, like this whole new industry that is starting and that's being made into fruition. And I was always a viewer, and I was always aware of what's happening in the space and how it's evolving and how it became a business. And yeah, this thing actually interested me a lot. It was just a hobby for me, but like I knew social media and I knew like behind the scenes of how things happen. Fast forward to a few years, I graduate high school. I go into pre-med biology. I studied biology for my undergraduate. I graduated in 2020 during COVID, but we didn't have our graduation until last October, so it was a year and a half late, but better late than never. So then I applied to med school. I did the MCAT. I applied to med school. I had the interview. I got accepted to my top choice med school, which was in Lebanon at AUB, and my pre-med was as well at AUB. And as you noticed, I'm not going to be the best podcaster at the start, but it's okay. You're never going to be the best at anything the first time you do it. It's going to come with practice. And the set this is my living room at home in my parents' house. I'm just trying to make use of what I have and eventually develop equipment and yeah, just get better with time. I just want to give a special thanks before I continue. Special thanks to a few people. I want to say thank you to Lina Azar, if you guys know her from TikTok. She's the best, she's the funniest, because she's studying filmmaking and directing, and she's really good with sets. So she was here and she helped me set up, gave me a few tips so that I can proceed with my podcast. And I also want to give a special thanks to Bob, who is going to help me with editing my videos, because obviously with med school and all that, time is really short. And I really wanted to proceed with my podcast, and there's also the social media accounts on the side. So doing all these and also editing at the same time, like pretty much impossible. So I couldn't do it without you, Bob. So thank you so much for that. He will be editing these podcasts. Also, a special thanks to Mu'in Jabir from Saturday After Dinner, who is like, they probably have the biggest podcast, or one of the biggest podcasts in the Middle East, because I reached out to him through DM and I asked him for some advice, and he was so nice and he replied. So thank you, Mu'in. Hopefully it will be half as good as Saturday is. Yeah, let me continue. Where was I? So yeah, I was talking. So I got into med school, thank God. Yeah, we started med school at a weird time. Everything happening in the country, like there was the economic crisis, there was the revolution, October 17. There was unfortunately the explosion of August 4th of 2020, and so the country and when you live in Lebanon, you forget the biggest problem the world is suffering, because you have so many other problems in this country. Obviously COVID-19, which changed the world. So yeah, all these changes, and like the world was a weird place, and we were stuck at home, and we started med school online. And even my last year in biology was basically, I think, half of it or more than half of it. Like my senior year was online, so we didn't get to live this senior year on campus, but it's all good. So yeah, we started online and everyone was in lockdown. We were bored at home, obviously, just like everyone else. It was fun at first, but then like when a few months passed, and like me, I'm a very people person. I'm a social butterfly. I love meeting people. I feed off new people, which is one of the main reasons why I did this podcast, because I love learning from people. This is going to be basically a guest-based podcast, so I'm going to be having guests who are going to be sitting in front of me for the next episodes. Yeah, so basically one of the things that happened is that TikTok blew up at the time. So I posted one video of me and my brother and my sister doing like a horse trend. It was so funny. So my sister's hair was the horse's tail, and Ryan and I was the horse, and Ryan was. I'll make sure Bob has the video on the side playing so you guys can see it. And I also posted a prank. I pranked Ryan, and like I posted like a couple of videos just like for fun. Let me see what TikTok is, and somehow these videos were blowing up relatively for someone who just started his account. So the prank got I think it's like 190,000 views. So like I think I had it, like how I knew how to make a viral piece of content because of how much content I've consumed on social media. So so this came in handy, and I just didn't think anything of it. I was just bored, and just like everyone, I posted like a few videos, and that was it. And at the same time, my sister Nour was in university at the time. It was her first year of university. She had just finished her first year, and she used to post just covers on an account on Instagram, just her account. It was called Nour's Music Diary. She just used to post her covers, singing at home, on the piano or on the ukulele. And one day, an international pop group by the name of Now United reached out to her. The concept of the band or the group is amazing. They have members from different parts of the world, from members who represent their countries. I don't want to forget anyone. There are 18 members. Anyways, I'm gonna give a few examples. Brazil, Côte d'Ivoire, USA, Germany. Anyways, you get the point. Australia, 18 countries, and they needed a 16th member who was gonna represent the Middle East and North Africa. So someone who was gonna represent Lebanon, actually no, the MENA region. And they reached out, the management of Now United reached out to Nour. Why don't you send us your videos? We like your voice. Maybe if you're interested, we can maybe choose you to become the 16th member of Now United. Yeah, because they didn't have anyone from the region. There were people from almost all the locations, but no one from the Arab world or Middle East. She was sending her videos. They did it like you can find it on YouTube, the 16th member, like a competition thing it was, and they were eliminating people, and Nour was there. She was in the finals, and surprisingly, not surprisingly actually, but thankfully they chose her because like it was obviously her dream and her passion. Like she was doing university and she was doing double major because she didn't know what she liked at the time. Yeah, that was her passion, singing and all that. And her life changed upside down. Her account blew up. Obviously because like Now United fans, they were like, oh my god, we have a new member, and everyone started following her, and her account just blew up, and her life changed upside down. Anyways, I'm gonna fast forward a bit to so now her account is at like, I don't know, like 1.9 million followers on Instagram. And yeah, and from her account, I don't know how, from her singing account, the fans started searching for people who probably had the same last name as her, people she followed, and they found my account. They found my parents' account, my little brother's account. We had an account just for fun for him. We used to post his pictures when he was a baby. And yeah, so I started gaining as well followers on my social media accounts. And one day when Nour was in Dubai, she was filming her first music video, Habibi, for the song Habibi. And I was bored in quarantine, to go back to that. My brother and I were bored at home, and the music video was releasing that day. I told Ryan, how about I put my phone up and we record a reaction video, because like when I was younger, actually I still do that, but before it was the trend. Every time a new rap music or a rap album or a song used to come out, people used to film reaction videos, and they used to blow up. So like YouTube was full of reaction videos. So that was something that I enjoyed watching. So I was like, why not do that for fun? Reacting to our sister's first music video. So immediately I had the title. I thought of the capital letters, and after filming the video, okay, the thumbnail, because of how much YouTube and content I've consumed in my life. But I didn't expect anything of it. I just did it for fun. I expected like 200, 300 views max. 3 weeks later, 100,000 views on the video because it was getting, I think, recommended to people who were watching the original music video. So they were watching the music video, then watching the reaction video after that. They were also excited to see Nour's family, and so I saw this blow up, and I was at home bored, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do more of these because I'm at home. I understand YouTube, I know how it works, and these videos are like succeeding, so I'm just gonna continue with that. And so I did, and I started just posting on YouTube. Nothing on TikTok at the time. I had just posted these few videos that I told you about, and then the YouTube channel blew up to now it's at 78,000 subscribers, and yeah, so that was that. But at the time, like I saw that, okay, my videos are working. I have the ideas that are succeeding, but I realized that I can create my own brand and have my own social media identity, which could be like the student related stuff, because I'm a med student. I've been in university for 5 years now. So I've been through all the steps, so I could play on that side of my life. And I'm also a med student, and there's like a huge portion of people who are interested in that type of content, because it's always nice to learn more in medicine, because you have so many choices, and sometimes like there are stages in your life where it's scary and you would like to have advice. So I thought, and TikTok was even blowing up more and more, and I was like, I got to this point where I think TikTok, creating my identity on this app, is the way for me, and that's what I started doing. I just started posting like a few trends and making them my own, turning trends on social media to relate to my life, and they were doing really well. And I kept at the time doing, like, whenever a music video used to get released, I used to also react to it because it was fun. Making them was fun. But yeah, I like my social media presence. I didn't want to be just like the brother of Nour. Like this, like it's not something that is a social media presence, or it's not an identity. So I think so for the people who are watching here today and used to watch my reaction videos, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start, I think, a reaction channel where I'm gonna have all the videos that I had on there, and whenever a new music video would come out, I would react to this, because I know you guys enjoy these. So I'm gonna post these reactions on the reaction channel, I guess. And I'm gonna keep this channel for Unjaded, for maybe later post my life stuff, things that I'm going through in med school, maybe some advice, maybe some med student related vlogs or videos. So this is an idea, but for now I'll be posting Unjaded episodes on here, and obviously on streaming services. But I prefer this to be also a video podcast, because I think they're more interactive. You guys can see my guest as well, and it's just more fun than just hearing a podcast. And also the upside is that you can also, if you're used to listening to podcasts through streaming services, you can do that, and like put your earphones and just do whatever you want. So it's just the best of both worlds. And yeah, so I basically I told you guys how like it started on YouTube with the reactions, and then I moved to TikTok, and like somehow it also worked out, and it was growing and growing. And now on TikTok we're approaching 150,000 followers, I think. Yeah, we're at 148,000, which is amazing. I never imagined this happening when I first started, but yeah, thankfully it worked out, and I'm just gonna continue doing this because it's really fun to make. And yeah, TikTok is huge, and I think is here to stay. At first, people were skeptical. I forgot how to speak.
A few moments later.
Skeptical. Okay, they were skeptical about the app, and it's obviously here to stay. It's just getting bigger and bigger. Yeah. So, but even though my account was blowing up on TikTok and my videos were going viral and whatsoever, I felt like TikTok, if you don't speak if you don't speak in your videos, and you just do like trends or videos, or you do videos to sounds, the audience doesn't get to know your personality. So like recently I saw a comment saying, like a few months ago actually, I've never actually heard your voice, or something like that. The comment was like this. And I was like, yeah, like they're right. They don't, like, the people that watch my videos don't actually know who I am. They know nothing about my personality, who I am, what I do, what my hobbies are. And I used to watch podcasts all the time. Obviously Joe Rogan, obviously Impulsive, Saturday After Dinner in Lebanon. Shout out to Saturday, of course. There's also Anthony Sargent's Do Not Worry. Shout out to Do Not Worry, because Anthony and his team are doing also a great job, and you love to see, like I love to see people from Lebanon succeeding in what they're doing. So yeah, I thought, like, I had this idea of the podcast in mind, but I always used to go through the YouTube wormhole of podcasting and how to start a podcast and all that, and then just put it to bed. And then I get excited and then I put it to bed. But finally, like when I saw this comment, I was like, no, it's time. It's time to start this podcast. And really the goal of this podcast is obviously, just like I told you, I love learning from people. I love hearing from people, seeing the things they've been through. And I love like meeting new people as well. So, and also like I want to contribute. Like I want to create content that is useful to the youth and is going to empower the youth. So with every podcast, with every guest, my goal is obviously the target audience is the youth. So people who are at school, university, or just started working, people who want to get to the goals that they have in mind, and they have not yet shaped who they really are as a person, and they're on the track to do that. So with my podcast, I want every viewer, every listener to leave getting something out of the guest that I have. So maybe learn from one experience, maybe just the guest just talking about something he's been through. It might just spark like some idea in the viewer or the listener's head, and it would motivate them to start something or to do something, or to they would like understand what they really like in life. Or for example, if someone is an athlete who's a guest, and then me, I'm a viewer, I'm a young basketball player, and I want to make it in basketball, then I would learn from this athlete who's talking about his journey. And that's the main goal of my podcast. I want to create content on social media, because obviously there's so much content on social media that's just garbage. I think we can all agree that there's so much garbage on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, and I just want to create something, because obviously many people have like give TikTok this negative connotation, is that it's not like, it's stupid because it started with like dancing and these trends. So like these people who still don't download TikTok, I posted the meme actually. There was a meme, I reposted it on my story. It said that people who don't download the TikTok think they have a PhD in maturity. Anyways, so yeah, so TikTok has this negative connotation as well. So that's why for these people and for all the people, I just wanted to create, like, TikTok could be useful, but it's just like short videos. I'm not going to be able to provide as much value as I can speaking and talking to a guest. And this is the my main goal with this podcast, providing value to the viewer and giving you guys as much as I can, because your time is valuable, and if you're spending it on social media, I want you to leave learning at least something new. Or yeah, that's basically it. And what else? Is there anything that I need to talk about? I think I touched on almost everything I wanted to talk about. How I got here, education, where I'm at right now in my life. Yeah, that's basically it. That's just a short podcast. It's just an introduction to Unjaded. And if you guys have any guests you want to have on this podcast, probably let me know in the comments. Definitely, if you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, because that's the most important thing. It will tell you when we post. And yeah, that's basically it. See you in another episode of Unjaded.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.